it is something that will require you to do much work in general. It's going to require me to do much work too. And that is something that, there are areas in our life that we are, we're doing good at, but we could work at some things, okay? And this is something that I am definitely going to work on within myself when it comes to agape love. Now, unconditional love, agape love. How does it work when you are in any relational dynamic? In any relational dynamic, due to the fact that there are no stipulations to you loving this person, meaning that regardless of the mistakes that a person has made, and some people in our lives have done really bad, mean, and nasty things to us, and they on the external, okay, in the world, basically, from the outside looking in, when you are having an issue with a significant other or a family member, it is very informative for you to seek counseling, okay? And I know that affording a therapist and different things like that can be kind of pricey, but then there are also deals that are online that you could possibly get some assistance with certain things, such as a pastor or a person that is deep in the faith when it comes to certain things, okay? And whatever your belief is, if you are someone who believes in whatever it is that you believe in, you go to the source that you feel is necessary for you. I'm not in the business of converting anybody here. I know that my source is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's that. So, in cases of you actually wanting to communicate with your partner, an effective way for you to communicate with your partner is to allow time to cool down. That's the first thing you want to do, is you want to give the time for you to cool down in this situation, because there can be a lot of misconceptions, especially when you are a person who has been raised up a specific way. And this is the thing about relationships. We're all raised up different ways. We all have been brought up in different households. We've gathered different information from different sources. So there's a lot of things that you may think a specific way, and the person that you are involved with, they may think a certain way. Your friends, you all come from different walks of life. And this is the thing for us to have that understanding that we are all different, but we come together and to be at a place where, a posture where you are open to actually working things out, okay? Now, after you come to the conclusion where okay, this is what I'm being led to say right now. So there is a major thing where when we are upset that we like to vent, okay? And when we vent, we can get really nasty, okay? Like, when we vent, we can get really nasty, okay? And venting in itself can cause a lot of drama within a relationship, okay? Especially when you're calling somebody and your friends is like, they hyped up, they ready to go, they like, oh no, we about to do this thing, and that's that. And sometimes when you are really upset and you see things a specific way, you only see it from your angle, and this is the thing, like, we're all different. Sometimes people make mistakes. There are sometimes people who don't really have all the facts. There are some people who don't quite understand a lot of different things that are happening. Sometimes when we think about relationships in general, especially when it's a romantic relationship, that there's a lot of miscommunication between men and women. If there's a lack of communication also, it can create a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of smoke happening that you like, the house is on fire and you just don't know where the smoke is coming from, so you're trying to kind of nest and come together and different things like that. And I believe that that's where there is a lot of difficulty when it comes to relationships in general, where people begin to get scared, even when it comes to that, because when it begins to surpass the honeymoon stages, okay, where things are starting to get serious, and sometimes the emotions are even more entangled, and then people begin to get fearful, okay, especially if you are someone who has a fearful attachment style, or you are someone who or if you have a fear of abandonment, different things like that. So that can be difficult within itself, especially when you think about things that could possibly be long term. And also, another thing that seems to be an issue when it comes to people actually bonding and being able to have a space to communicate is a lack of authenticity. Okay? If you're not being real, then you really don't know how to communicate with an individual. You really don't know exactly how you feel about the situation because you're not being honest.